Sapporo Premium Black Beer.
Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. I've got one from the Sapporo Brewery, first one I've tried from them, and that was given to me by a subscriber called Mark. Mark, cheers mate, much appreciated. This I have seen about in the supermarkets. No, I tell you a lie, it's not this stuff, it's the premium the premium lager that they do. They've called this premium black beer, and it's a Japanese brewery, and they're probably one of the biggest breweries in Japan, certainly the best selling Asian beer in the United States and Canada. And the reason for that is they have got two breweries there. They've got a brewery in Canada and they've got a brewery in USA. They took over the, I think it's the Sleeman's brewery in Canada, and they brew this stuff there now, and their premium lager as well. They've also got a brewery in Vietnam, and this is where all the European export stuff goes to, and this has, as it says on the label here, been imported, brewed in Vietnam for the European market. And I've not tasted anything from this brewery, but they go back a long way, and they're, I think, the oldest Japanese brewer in existence today. They've been going since 1876, and they were founded by a fella called I think his name's C.B. Nakagawa or something like that. I don't know whether that's the right pronunciation, but he was a German trained brewer, and he started brewing beer in Japan back then. They got taken over shortly after by, I think it was the Nippon Brewery or Nippon Brewing Conglomerate, and they shortly changed their name after to the Sapporo Brewery, which is what they are now. Now these are rivals to Asahi. They haven't got as many, they don't own as many breweries as Asahi do, certainly not in the United Kingdom. But they do own, which was news to me till I started researching it today, the Anchor Brewery in the United States. Now I've tried and reviewed quite a few Anchor beers, and they're really good beers. I'm surprised, I thought they were independent, but they're not. They've been taken over by this lot, which is interesting. What is also interesting as well is that they've called this a black beer. Now, black beer is nothing new. If what I think it is, it's going to be very similar to a European dark beer. Now, for me, the one that immediately stands out is the Budvar dark lager, which is effectively what this is, a dark lager, or a black beer even. The reason it's called black beer and the reason the colour is that dark is because they're using roasted malts. So there's going to be an interesting take on this. I'm imagining it's going to be a cross between a stout with that roasted malt, but with the drinkability of a lager, with it being bottom fermented. So let's stop guessing and let's get this beer open. Before we do, I will just give you the skinny on it. This is a 5% 650ml can of Sapporo black lager, or black beer if you like. This particular can beer was brewed in Vietnam, and it was imported by a distributor, hence the reason I've got hold of it. I haven't seen this in the supermarket. As I said, it was given to me. I know that the premium lager is available in the supermarket. Certainly Morrison's do it. It's in the same can. These are quite nice cans, very unique and novel. They're sort of got a vase. It's almost like a pint glass, if you can imagine. I don't know if that's what they're going for or not. Remember, I did a review about glassware, and I'm sure they must have taken the curved glass psychology, which makes beer more appealing. And I must say, it hasn't appealed to me at all, because I've seen this on the shelf a few times and it really just didn't appeal to me. So let's see what I've been missing. Right, get this open. That is a hefty old can. It really does feel solid. I don't know how much, because I can't crush this. Normally you can crush this. This is solid. I don't know what's going on there. That is novel. And here it is in the glass. And as I thought, it does look like a stout. You know, if I was pouring that. And I can smell them roasted malts from here. There it is in the glass. Tightly packed, 2.5 finger, beige head. It does smell quite nice actually. There's roasted malts in there. There's also sweet malts in there too. Now Japanese beers are renowned for being sweet, and they tend to put rice in there as well. So I'm just going to assume that there's rice in there. That's something that's done in the Far East. I really can't complain about that, because obviously rice is in abundance over there, and malt isn't the main grain that's grown over there, if you like. So they do put rice as an adjunct into beer over there. Usually though, Asian beers, they really don't impress me, to be honest. It's probably why I've given this a bit of a swerve. That can, I can't get over how solid that is. I can't crush it. I know I'm not fucking Jeff Capes, but that is a solid can. If you got whacked by that, you would fucking know about it, I'll tell you. It actually doesn't smell quite nice. There's nice roasted, sweet roasted malt on that. Interesting. The colour, yeah, that is really, well, no, it's not actually. I was going to say you can't see through it, but I can see some sort of very, very dark ruby type hue that's on that. But it looks quite nice, I have to say. And if it's anything like the Budvar Dark, which I really don't expect it to be, then it might be alright, but I haven't got high hopes for it. Wish me luck. Wow. That isn't bad at all. It's almost like a stout with that roasted barley in there, but it hasn't got the body of a stout. It's quite, as I say, it's more drinkable, and it's very much in the style of a European dark lager. Certainly the Budvar Dark. That does look quite nice. Now it's not like your Dunkel, that's got sweet caramel, probably a little bit of toffee malt. This is dark chocolate malt and with a coffee type finish on it. But there is a sweetness there that balances out that coffee, and in the style of a lager. It is quite nice. It's quite refreshing. This is sort of cold. I'd say it's a little bit more than chilled, which is about the right temperature in my opinion for a lager, which is effectively what this is, despite the colour. But it's quite nice. I can't get over how nice it is. And this isn't computing with me because, you know, I really don't hold Japanese brewers in that high esteem, but yeah, that is really nice. Yeah, there's a nice sweetness on this that just balances out that roasted malt. This is quite nice actually. Everything is telling me I shouldn't be liking it, but I can't help it. That is really nice. That can, I can't get over how solid that is. I know I keep going on about it, but it's fucking solid. I can't crush it. Yeah, this is really good. I like it. Mouthfeel is quite smooth on this as well, which makes it, how can I put this, almost with the drinkability of a lager and the mouthfeel of a stout, but there is a little bit of carbonation in there that I'm getting. I'm just looking at the ingredients. I want to see if they've put rice in this. And surprisingly, unless my eyes are deceiving me, which is a possibility, but it doesn't look like there's any rice in this. That is really good. Fuck, I shouldn't be saying this. This is a Japanese beer, sold in a supermarket. Well, I don't know whether the black stuff is, the black beer, but the premium stuff certainly is. But this is not bad at all, I have to say. Wow. Well, that has surprised me. What's the verdict on Sapporo Premium Black Beer? Everything about this should be saying I shouldn't like it, but it is really good, I have to say. Roasted malt and hop bitterness on this that give it a very nice finish. Mouthfeel is superb. There's no obtrusive carbonation in there. It just goes down very nicely. In fact, I'm just sitting here now and I'm thinking, what can I find fault with? And to be honest, I can't really. I'd say this is as good as most European dark beers. They call it a black beer, but a German Schwarzbier would be the same, or a Czech dark lager, if you like. But it's really nice, and it's just completely blown my mind, because I thought there was going to be rice in it. There's no rice, and it's just, you know, the basic ingredients with some roasted malt in there, and that's it. That's what's given it its colour. I'm impressed, I have to say. I really am impressed. Now, I don't know how much this is. I should have looked that up really before. But the stuff in Morrison's, the premium beer, I think that is about £2 or just over £2. I'm going to have to check that out now. Because it is, well, it won't be like this, but this is impressive, I have to say. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. A solid 8 out of 10. I definitely recommend this. Now, I don't know whether you can be able to see this on the supermarket shelves or not, but it is not bad. I thought this was Indian or something when I saw it on supermarket shelves, and I thought, I'm not drinking Indian lager. I'm not going to review Cobra and all that. On the very, very odd occasion, I do go for a sit down in an Indian. I will have a Cobra or something, because basically that's the only beer that they sell, usually. And it goes down with a curry. Yeah, any beer will go with that, more or less. But I sort of give this lot of swerve. I thought it was like Indian beer or something like that. Fuck knows what was going on in my head. But it's really nice. That's an 8 out of 10. That's recommended. And remember, beer is working class champagne.